Hi, I'm Anna Reynolds, Lord Mayor of Hobart, the capital city of Tasmania in Australia. I'm also on the board of the Global Covenant of Mayors for Climate and Energy, the world's largest alliance for city climate leadership. And I'm speaking to you today from our waste management centre where we process and recycle waste. And what can't be reused goes into the ground as landfill. Thousands of cities around Australia and around the world are, like us, the managers of landfill facilities, just like this one. As a city, we hope to close this landfill site in 9 years. We have adopted the goal of zero waste to landfill by 2030. Our zero waste goal is one of our commitments as a city to taking action on climate change. Decomposting rubbish in landfill creates methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Setting this target, this zero target waste, will encourage the reuse and recycling of products in our city. We have already halved our landfill emissions through harvesting methane to generate electricity. We are now working on initiatives to reduce the top 4 contributors to landfill: food, plastics, textiles and construction waste. When a waste audit showed us that food made up more than half of all residential waste, we introduced a food and organics collection service to convert this waste into nutrient-rich compost rather than it rotting in landfill. We were the first city in Australia to enact a local law to ban the sale of single-use plastic packaging for takeaway food. Compostable containers are now used instead. Like many mayors around Australia, I know that climate change is our single biggest challenge as a city, as a nation and a planet. It impacts everything we do and how we live and enjoy our cities. In June 2019, Hobart became the first capital city in Australia to declare a climate and biodiversity emergency. We are one of 90 councils in Australia to do so. Mayors took our message to Canberra this year because we want our national government to also recognise the urgency to reduce emissions. In Canberra, we launched research which shows that councils are planning and implementing large emission reductions in their cities. We found that the emission reductions planned by just 60 of Australia's 500 local governments will achieve 96% of the current national target. Collectively, these cities' commitments will lead to emission reductions of 88 million tonnes of CO2, equivalent to taking more than 20 million cars off the road. But our targets are one thing and implementation is another. Local councils are willing and able to get things done, but our financial capacity is constrained, particularly after COVID. Our emission reduction goals could be delivered faster if there was a national program to help us roll out projects. The work of cities could be better harnessed to allow Australia to set a much stronger zero emissions target at the national level. The recent IPCC report has made it crystal clear to many of us that these are drastic times, but not everyone understands the science. And as city leaders, part of our job is to clearly and calmly explain to our communities that our future depends on making unprecedented changes to how our cities operate, and what each of us can do as councils, residents, business owners, community members to prepare and respond. We need to do this because we are the last generations of mayors who can take action that will avoid the worst impacts of climate change. Reversing global warming won't be easy, but we know that many climate solutions will make our cities better. Instead of despair, we need hope. Instead of fear, we need courage. Instead of powerlessness, we need action. Action is the antidote to your climate worries. Action is what cities are able to deliver. When it comes to climate change, it's not game over, it's game on. Thank you.